producers go into a DJ scenario, we really like to have control over effects and really kind of fine-tune things to where we'd like them to be. So with the V10 we have much more options.
Many artists, we all play on the same setups, and sometimes I kind of feel like a lot of us all use the same effects. And now with this mixer, I feel like you can put more of your personality inside, because you can really change the effects how you want it, and you can really make it more personal.
You were manipulating sound for emotional impact, creating drama with the music. These effects are a tool for emotional manipulation.
I feel like having them within the box of the mixer is actually allowing you to be way more subtle with what you're doing with them.
The 4 parameters you've got for those send effects is your master level, the feedback, time, and your high and low pass.
If you're a producer of any kind, you know exactly what these effects do.
If you want to use a dub echo and create almost like a flanger sort of effect, you could do so. But then if you turn down the tone a lot, it will go towards the lower frequencies and you'll get a very different result. Having 3 controls instead of just the one that you had before gives you a lot more control over those effects and how you can make them sound basically however you want them to sound.
There is more settings, you can go way deeper and really work on how the effects sound.
I like to use them also in production, so at home in the studio, the mixer is going into the setup, so I can creatively route audio through it and then record that again.
If you're a DJ that enjoys external effects, you can add them also and also map them to whatever channel you want. So the flexibility is extremely big in this case.
The great thing about send and return, using send and returns for pedals, reverb, whatever, you can make stuff happen. You can filter the hell out of it and still be making reverbs happen. You can use these effects that you've always had, but you can use them in a different way, added to these really super clean sounding new effects, and you've got your guitar pedals as well.
Say you're adding reverb to a track and then being able to manipulate that reverb and then another effect over the top of that. It's just multiple layers of creating moments.
When it's insert effect, it's one thing, it's good, but especially for environmental effects like delays or reverb, it's much better to have that send return opportunity, because it's more flexibility in a way, and it sounds a bit more musical.
I feel like the beat effects are more musical effects. They can really add a lot to a track and you can make it sound completely different.
The way I like to use them is to just really add variation in tracks or to create certain types of moments, but hopefully as subtly as possible.
They put the beat effects button on top of the channel instead of just under the effect. So I can set something, and then if I just want to bring it in and out, it's just right there in front of me. So I don't have to constantly sort of do a lot of thinking, it's just more intuitive.
The shimmer effect is basically a reverb with overtones in it. It's one of those reverbs you'd put on something and it would immediately sound really good.
And one of the things I love about the shimmer is that you can control the parameter, sort of like an X-pad now that you can control with your finger, and it's a lot more playful and intuitive.
You can change the depth of it. So you can either be kind of quite a moody reverb to quite a wavy, dreamy reverb, just at the touch of a finger, really.
In breaks or in very instrumental situations where you have strings or a vocal or whatever, you can add that to it and it just livens it up, the whole thing.
In a breakdown, if it's not super melodic, if you add the shimmer, I think it adds a lot of warmth to the break. It's like an extra layer. It doesn't really sound like an effect. If you put it a little bit, it really sounds very natural.
You can just control every kind of aspect that you use in DJing. You just have a lot more parameters with the built-in effects, so it just gives us more control over everything.
Having these sorts of more atmospheric effects, like the dub echo and the short delay, the long delay, it just adds more texture to the music that I'm playing.